Hello, everybody. In today's lesson, 4.5, we're working on problem solving and multiplying money. Our essential question is, how can the strategy draw a diagram help you solve a decimal multiplication problem? Okay, and we're on page 183 of the fifth grade Go Math textbook. So draw a diagram, we've worked with that in third and fourth grade, so you should be familiar with this. So unlock the problem. So a group of friends go to a local fair. Jason spends $3.75. Myra spends 3 times as much as Jason. Teresa spends $5.25 more than Myra. How much money does how much does Teresa spend? So we need to find out how much Teresa spends. We know Jason spends 375. We know Myra spent 3 times as much as Jason. And Teresa spends 525 more than Myra. So I need to find the amount of money that Teresa spent at the fair. What information do you need to use? Well, I need to use the amount spent by Jason to find the amount spent by Myra and Teresa. We're going to draw a diagram to show the amount. Jason and Myra spent. To find the amount that Teresa spent. So we're going to draw a diagram. So what does that look like? Well, the amount of money Myra and Teresa spend depends on the amount Jason spends. So we're going to draw a diagram to compare the amounts without calculating. Then we're going to use the diagram to find the amount each person spends. So we were given the amount that Jason spent. He spent $375. Myra spent 3 times as much. Well, so 3 times as much will be 3 times 375. Teresa spent the same as Myra, but she spent 525 more. So it still would be the 375 3 times, and then we would add an additional 525. All right, so Myra, hers was 3 times 375. So 375 times 3. Or we're going to think of 375 as 375 and multiply by 3. So 3 times 5 would be 15. Regroup that. 3 times 7 is 21 plus the regrouped 22. Regroup that. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 more is 11. Okay, we are multiplying a whole number by a number in the hundredths. So we know that Myra spent $11.25. Teresa spent that same $11.25, but also spent 5.25. Well, 25 and 25, that's 50 cents. $11 plus $5 is $16. So Teresa spent $16.50 at the fair. All right. So let's go to 184. Now let's try another problem. So Julie's savings account has a balance of $57.85 in January. By March, her balance is 4 times as much as her January balance. Between March and November, Julie deposits a total of $78.45. If she does not withdraw any money from her account, what should Julie's balance be in November? What do I need to find? We need to find Julie's balance in November. So what information do we need to know? Well, we need to know her balance in January, her balance in March. So, and what I know about her balance in March to find the balance in November. All right, what are we going to do to solve that problem? Well, we're practicing drawing diagrams, so I will draw a diagram. To show the balance in January. And then use it to show the balance in March to find the balance in November. So I can draw a diagram to show the balance in January and then use it to show the balance in March to then find the balance in November. So we're going to start with January. That's what we were given, right? So we're going to label it first, January. I'm going to draw one box to represent 57.85. So that was her balance in January. And then it says by March, her balance is 4 times as much. So we're going to put March, and it's 4 times as much. Okay. So March again was 4 times as much as January. And then between March and November, she deposited 78.45. So I'm going to put November. And November is the same amount that was collected by March. And we're going to have one additional box to represent the 78.45. Okay. So let's figure out what we know. We know January's balance was $57.85. We can figure out March by multiplying 57.85 by 4. So I'm going to think of that as 5,785 and multiply by 4. 4 times 5 is 20, regrouped. 8 times 4 is 32, plus the 2 regrouped is 34, regroup. 7 times 4 is 28, plus the 3 regrouped, 31, regroup. 4 times 5 is 20, plus the 3 regrouped, 23. Okay, we multiplied a whole number by a number in the hundreds, so we put our decimal point in the hundreds. So at the end of March, she had $231.40. And in November, we need to take that $231.40 and add 78.45. Okay, so add by place value, add the hundredths first, then the tenths, put your decimal point. 8 and 1 is 9, 7 and 3 tenths is 10 tenths, regroup as 100 and 0 tenths, and 2 hundreds plus the regrouped 100, 309. So $309.85. So how does the diagram help you determine if your answer is reasonable? Well, since the picture shows us a visual amount of each month, um, it helps us see the relative size of the total amount. So we know that we have 457, so we know that's about 200. And if we add another 78, we know that that's about 278. Is that close to 309? Yeah, because we didn't add the $7 on all of them. So that would be an extra $28. So So when I looked at these images, I could see again, let's just round that to 60, right? 60, 120, 180, 240, and then we have 80 here roughly, so 320. So 320 is close to 309. So again, the diagram shows a picture of each money amount, which helps to see the size of the answer. All right, 185, number one. Manuel collects $45.18 for a fundraiser. Jerome collects $18.07 more than Manuel. And Cindy collects 2 times as much as Jerome. How much money does Cindy collect for the fundraiser? So we're going to first start with Manuel because his amount was given to us. And we know he collects $45.18. Jerome collected $18.07 more. And Cindy collected that same amount but doubled. I want to redraw hers. So we know that Jerome's was this amount, right? So about this length, right? So we're just matching it. And then Cindy's was twice that amount. So whatever Jerome's is, Cindy's twice that amount. So Manuel was 45.18. Jerome was 45.18 plus 1807. Okay, well, let's look at the hundredths amount. 18 hundredths and 7 hundredths. That's 25 hundredths. 8 ones plus 5. 8 ones plus 5 ones is 13 ones. And 4 tens plus 1 10 is 5 tens, plus the regrouped is 6 tens. So Jerome collected $63.25. And Cindy's is $63.25 times 2, because her amount was double. So $63.25 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Regroup. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus the regrouped is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 6 is 12. We're multiplying a whole number by a number in the hundredths. So she collected $126.50. What if Jerome collects $9.23 more than Manuel? But Cindy still collects twice as much. How much money would Cindy collect? Well, so the math is still the same, right? For the most part. Manuel still collected $45.18, but this time Jerome only collected $9.23 more. But Cindy still collected twice as much as him. So she collected the same amount as Jerome, doubled. So Manuel again, $45.18. Jerome this time, $45.18 plus $9.23. Add that together, add the hundredths, add the tenths, place our decimal point. 9 ones plus 5 ones is 14 ones. Regroup. 4 tens plus 1 10 is 54.41. So that means Cindy is twice as much as 54.41. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10. We're multiplying a whole number by a number in the hundredths, so she collected $108.82 in this example. Number three, Jen buys a pair of jeans for $24.99. Her friend Karen spends $3.50 more for the same pair of jeans. Vicky paid the same price as Karen for the jeans but bought two pairs. How much did Vicky spend? Okay, so we know Jen paid $24.99. We know her friend Karen spent $3.50 more. And Vicky paid the same amount as Karen but bought two pairs. So the first box will be the same size as Karen's one pair, and then she bought a second pair for the same amount. So Jen spent $24.99 on hers. Karen spent $3.50 more. So 9 and 0 is 9. 9 and 5 is 14. Regroup that as 1/10 and 4/10. 4 and 3 ones is 7, plus 1 more is 8. So we know that Karen spent $28.49 on her pair of jeans. So Vicky spent the same amount, but she bought two pairs. So 28.49 times 2. 2 times 9 hundredths is 18 hundredths. Regroup as 1/10 and 8 hundredths. 2 times 4 is 8 tenths, plus 1 more is 9 tenths. 2 times 8 ones is 16 ones. 2 times 2 tens is 4, plus the regrouped is 5. We're multiplying a whole number by a number in the hundredths, so my answer is in the hundredths. So Vicky spent $56.98. All right, the fifth grade class, or students in Miguel's school, formed 3 teams to raise money for the penny harvest. Team A raised $65.45. Team B raised 3 times as much as Team A. Team C raised $20.50 more than Team B. How much money did Team C raise? All right, so Team A we know raised $65.45. Team B raised 3 times as much. And Team C raised the same amount as Team B, but $20.15 more. Okay, so $20.15 more for Team C. All right, so how much money did Team C raise? Well, Team A, $65.45. Team B, $65.45 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 4 times 3 is 12, plus the regroup 13. 5 times 3 is 15, plus the regroup 16. 3 times 8 is 6 times 3 is 18, plus the regroup 196. 35. And we know that Team C's pay or raised $20.15 more. So 196, 35 plus $20 and 15 cents. So 500s and 500s is 10 hundredths. We'll regroup that as 1/10 and 0 hundredths. 3/10 plus 1/10, 4/10 plus the regrouped 5/10. We're going to move to the ones now. Let's place our decimal. 6 plus 0 ones is 6. 9 plus 2 tens is 11 tens. And 100 plus 100 is 200. So team C equals $216.50. All right, page 186. Nathan receives a coupon in the mail for $10 off a purchase of $100 or more if he buys 3 pairs of board shorts, 2 towels, and a pair of sunglasses. Will he spend enough to use the coupon? How much will his purchase cost? So, 3 pairs of board shorts, 2 towels, and a pair of sunglasses. So the board shorts are $25.99. And we know he's buying 3 pairs of those. He's buying 2 towels, which would be 2 times 565. And he's buying a pair of sunglasses, which would be 1 times 1550. All right, so $25.99 times 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Again, 27 plus the 2 regrouped, 29. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 2 regrouped is 17. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus the regrouped, 77. So he spent $77.97 just on the board shorts. Then he bought 2 towels at $5.65 each. So 2 times 5 is 10, regroup. 2 times 6 is 12, plus the regroup, 13. And regroup. 2 times 5 is 10, plus the regrouped, 11. So he spent $11.30 on the towels, and then we have $15.50 on the sunglasses. So let's add those all up. All right, 7 and 0 is 7. 5 and 3 is 8, plus 9 more is 17. Let's regroup that as 1, 1, and 7 tenths. 5, 6, 7. 7 and 7 is 14. Regroup that as a 10 and 4 ones. Then we have 7 and 1, 2, 3 ones. That's 10. So he spent $104.77. But if he spent $100 or more, he gets $10 off. So he did get the coupon. Will he spend enough to use the coupon? Yes. So let's take away $10 from that. And he's spending $94.77. On number 6, Anna spends $33.90 on 3 different items. If she did not buy board shorts, which 3 items did Anna buy? All right, so she didn't buy board shorts. So we have 4 choices left, and we have to come up with $33. Well, let's look. $12 for a t-shirt, $8 for sandals. If she bought those 2, that would be $20. Plus 5 more, that's 25. That's not going to be close enough to 33. So maybe she bought the 2 expensive items, the sunglasses and the t-shirt. That would be 27. And then if we bought a towel for $5, that would be 32. Let's try that. So the t-shirt for $12.75 plus the sunglasses for $15.50 and the towel for $5.65. All right, 5 and 5 is 10. 6 and 1 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14, plus 5 more is 19. 5 ones and 5 ones is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus the regrouped, 13. regroup that as 110 and 3 ones. 101 is 2 plus the regrouped 33.90. So that matches the item that the amount that she spent. So what did she buy? She bought a t-shirt. She bought sunglasses and a towel. So that's 3 items and they equaled $33.90. Number 7. Austin's shop. Austin shops at Surfer Joe's surf shop before going to the beach. He buys 2 t-shirts, a pair of board shorts, and a towel. If he gives the cashier $60, how much change will Austin get back? All right, so 2 t-shirts would be 2 times what? 2 t-shirts is $12.75. One pair of board shorts and a towel. All right, so how much did he spend there? So 2 times $12.75 is $25.50 plus $25.99, so $51.49 plus $5.65. So he spent $57.14. He gives the cashier $60. The amount cost $57.14. And how much change did he get back? Well, I can't take 4 from nothing. There's no tenths to regroup from. There's no ones to regroup from. So we have to start at the tens. Okay. So 10 take away 4 is 6. 9 tenths take away 1 tenth is 8. 9 ones take away 7 is 2. So he would have got $2.86 in change. Number 8. It costs $5.15 to rent a kayak for 1 hour at a local state park. The price per hour stays the same for up to 5 hours of rental. After 5 hours, the cost decreases to $3.75 per hour. How much would it cost to rent a kayak for 6 hours? All right. So 1 hour would be $5.15. So what would the cost be for 5 hours? Well, that would be $5.15 times 5. And then for 6 hours, so 1 hour, $5.75. $5.15. 5 hours would be $5.15 for every hour. And then for 6 hours, it would be that same amount plus $3.75. So how much would it cost to rent for 6 hours? Well, let's do 5 times 5.15. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 tenth is 5 tenths, plus 2 regroup tenths is 7 tenths, and 5 times 5 is 25. I knew the decimal point had to be in the hundreds because I'm multiplying by a number in the hundreds. So 25.75 plus the 6th hour, which is 3.75. So we're just going to add that. So we get 10 hundredths, regroup as 1 tenth and 0 hundredths. 7 tenths, 7 tenths, plus 1 is 15 tenths. Regroup as 1 whole and 5 tenths. 5 plus 3 ones is 8 ones, plus 1 more is 9 ones, plus the 2 tenths. So it would cost $29.50 for 6 hours. right, number 9. At a video game store, it costs $10.45 to buy one movie. It costs 3 times as much to buy one video game. Choose the answer to complete the sentence. It would cost John some amount to buy one movie and one video game. All right. So we know the video game is $10.45. We know it costs 3 times as much. Oh no, sorry. The movie costs $10.45. The video game is 3 times as much. Okay. So we know the movie is $10.45. We need to figure out the video game, which would be $10.45 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15 hundredths. 3 times 4 tenths is 12 tenths, plus the regrouped tenth is 13 tenths. Regroup that as 1 whole and 3 tenths. 3 times 0 ones is 0, plus the 1 regrouped 1. And 3 times 1 is 3. I'm multiplying a whole number by a number in the hundredths, so 31/35. All right. But how much does it cost to buy one movie and one video game? So it costs $31.35 to buy the video game and $10.45 to buy the movie. So we need to add those together. All right. 5 hundredths plus 5 hundredths is 10 hundredths. Regroup as 1 tenth and 0 hundredths. 4 tenths plus 3 tenths is 7 tenths, plus 1 more is 8 tenths. We're going to bring our decimal point down, and let's add the ones. 1 plus 0 is 1, and 3 plus 1/10 is 4 tenths. So $41.80. It would cost John $41.80 to buy one movie and one video game. All right, so that's it for lesson 9.5. In our next lesson, we'll work on decimal multiplication. So in other words, like a tenth times a tenth. So until then, I will see you soon.